Welcome to round 1 of the Standard League, where I'm playing with the Eldrazi deck, green-red. And always want to play first in Constructed. This hand is weird. It's got 3 Hangerback Walkers, which is good if my opponent is playing an aggressive deck, but you don't want 3 of them. And I also don't have any forests, so I would need to draw a forest and then draw something good and draw a lot of other lands. So I think this is a mulligan. I mean, if I were playing a deck that could take advantage of Hangerback, maybe this is a keep, but I don't see it. Oh, this is better. So I can Sylvan Scrying for something. It could be a mountain, or it could be a temple. I guess I will see what I draw, but this can get me red, this can't get me red, so I'm gonna keep it and I'm gonna get my scry. Okay, so I could keep that, and then I will probably have a turn 5 Atarka, right? So I play turn 2 Scrying, have 3 lands, turn 3 Pilgrimage, then turn 4 Vegetation. So I think I keep this. So maybe I have this Hedron Archive, so I don't need it, but this is gonna enable a lot of my good draws. Like if I draw Ulamog, I wanna rather have Explosive Vegetation than Hedron Archive. Okay, Basic Plains, I don't know what that could be. It could be the green-white Megamorph, which is a good matchup, I'm pretty sure. So now I think I get the Temple, since this can get me red easily. So gonna get, I mean Shrine. I always call it Temple because I confuse it with Temple of the False God, who taps for 2 mana. I mean this Shrine, I'm gonna taps for 2 mana eventually. So since red isn't a problem, I'm gonna do that and see if my opponent is on green-white Megamorph. This looks like it, judging from the planes. And that is a message I always get when I record for some reason. Okay, so maybe my opponent has Knight of the White Orchid and want to chill with it. That was not a great draw, but I mean, who knew that, right? So I'm only getting 2 lands here, but that's fine. I mean, Atark is usually pretty good against white decks, so gonna see. I mean, we can cycle this if we can. This might buy some time, so then maybe we can cycle with this and draw into something good if we don't draw a big spell. But this is a good matchup, I think. And especially now that my opponent has gotten a pretty slow draw. A Morph, probably a Den Protector. Oh, there we have a payoff spell. So, I mean, if I vegetate, I can tap this for 2, but I can't do anything with it. So I might as well hold up green mana, I guess. And I was 1 mana short of playing Archive and getting 2 lands, So now we have 7 lands, so we can cast Ugin if we like, and shoot this for free since my opponent has no cards in his grave. I mean, it could be a Death Mist Raptor, but I mean, I don't care that much. We are in great shape, I think, although I don't really know what my opponent's deck is doing right now. We'll see. I can't think of, I mean, it could be rather Claw Mystic and my opponent is playing some Sweet Brew. This is my first league I ever play. And I like the concept that you can just join at any time. So now I'm finished my day. I'm gonna go to bed soon, but I can just, I wouldn't have wanted to join a draft because that would take 3 hours if I'm gonna go for going to the finals, but now I can just finish in 1 hour or something. I'm gonna pause this since my opponent's not doing anything. So my opponent is back and he cracked the Flooded Strand. So either it's just there for getting green-white, so I thought my opponent might be on Bant, but maybe not. Oh well. So now we have a choice between Atarka and Ugin. So since my opponent just played another morph, I'm gonna just kill them both. I think that's better than playing Ugin. So I have 9 mana, so I can actually cast the Archive first. Yeah. It's kind of sexy. So I would have to use the shrine to tap for the Archive, otherwise things could get bad. Because I can't cast a Tarka with the shrine. Do like that. And see what there was Den Protector and Death Mist. Okay, so if my opponent has another Den Protector, a lot of this is undone, but then I get to cast Ugin. Okay, Status Snare means I can just Ugin -3 at some point. So what can green-white do to kill a Planeswalker? I'm considering just jamming Ugin and plussing and going for the ultimate. The downside would be that my opponent could potentially just kill Ugin. But I don't know. There are no Oblivion Ring. There are Quarantine Field, I suppose. So I have 9 mana. Actually, sorry, I have 11 mana. So I guess I start by thinning 3 cards from my deck. I can crack the Archive at any time. So there's no hurry. This gets me 3 land now. And I think I'm gonna -3 Ugin just to play around Quarantine Field. Because then my opponent cannot Quarantine Field my Archive. So that's cool. I think this is right. And -3 Ugin. Get an Atarka into play. And go. I could have plus Ugin and hold this in reserve to kill creatures if they come into play, but so now we have a potential Death Mist Raptor coming up into play, attacking Ugin. I don't care that much about that. So I think I'm gonna start by cracking this Archive. I could Fin first, but then I might not be able to cast some of my spells. So I don't know how I feel about that. And that was good, because now if something happens to my Ugin, I can just replay it and get an Ulamog. So I'm gonna do this. And now my opponent gets back Death Mist and he gets a Den Protector in his hand, but this buys me a lot of time. So now I get to attack first, and then I'm considering playing another Ugin and -3. So I can then get an Ulamog, and I think then my opponent is just dead, right? So yes, and get Ulamog. It's gonna be tough to beat this now. Also, 7 loyalty. Okay. I'm just gonna get rid of Death Mist for good, since there is another Dam Protector coming up. So my opponent has 3 stuff, 3 big threats he has to beat now. Ulamog in my hand, Ugin and Atarka in play, and I don't see how he can do it. He needs a lot of quarantine fields to do that. And the problem with quarantine field against my deck is that if I ever draw Ugin and minus it, I get all my stuff back. Alright, so this is a good matchup. And it's not necessarily a matchup where you want Yadi offshoots, even though they buy time. They don't block very well, and I want every Ulamog I can possibly get, so I'm gonna get an Ulamog in there, remove an offshoot, and the question is, do I want Void Winner? That's a question, because if I get it into play, my opponent cannot morph anything, can't cast Ramoka's command. So the only question is if it's better than anything that's in my deck right now. I'm on the draw, which means I might want to keep some of my offshoots. Maybe I want Seismic Rupture just to clear up the board, but he has Warden of the first tree, doesn't die to it. Then Protector dies to it, but not before it gets some value. Maybe I just remove like 1 hanger back for a Seismic Rupture. I don't have that much experience with this matchup, but it seems okay. Alright. Okay, so this is a hand with some setup, but no big threat. So I can get another Shrine turn 2, then I can cast Map, and then Archive. I still think I keep this, because I only need to draw like 1 threat, and then it's good. So no Warden turn 1. Okay, that's an... I mean, if I'm gonna draw Yadi offshoot, I might as well draw a turn 1, so it's fine. Buys me a lot of time, so I'm not that sad. And I'm gonna get another Shrine with Sylvan Scrying, because I want to be able to cast Ulamog if I draw it. Is this a Dem Protector or something? Face up? No. Play Shrine, and Map the Waste can get me into red mana, so just gonna get a Shrine here, I think. And now I'm very glad I have 4 Ulamogs in my deck, because I really want to draw a threat here. Don't know what kind of 6 sideboard card my opponent could have, but he's probably just gonna have to attack me fast. Oh, there's a Sanctum. So if I ever draw a threat, I'm gonna be in good shape. Get the red mana and get a counter, even though I still can't block, so doesn't do much. My opponent might cast Ramoka's command here. If he still has it in his deck, it's possible my opponent does not have enough cards to bring in, so he keeps Ramoka's command. I'm not gonna block. I can jump block later. I want to gain some life first. So Ugin is very good. Oh, Archangel. Alright. Play Sanctum, and I guess I will cast Vegetation, and I can even cast... no, I can't. Almost. So if I search up 2 lands, I can tap for 2, but then I cannot. I only have 1 shrine left, so it doesn't matter how I tap my mana. Just get 2 lands and 2 life. But I can't kill the Archangel with Rending Volley, so it's a good sideboard, because sometimes I tap out. But Ugin is sick and Ulamog is sick here, so just gonna have to draw them. I have like 3 or 4 turns maybe. So this makes it harder to block and attack, but the ability is not gonna do very much. It might do something if I have to tap out for Ulamog or something. Oh well. So Dromoka's command, yeah. So I have like 3 turns then. 7 now. And yeah. Hangerback is not a great draw right now. Okay, come on Ugin. Nope. So my opponent is attacking me for 10. So it's a 2-turn clock either way. I guess I thin my deck. Cast Hedron Archive. I guess I crack it now. There's a Tarka. I don't know if that's gonna be good enough though. We'll see. I mean, I can kill a Death Mist, but it's not gonna be good enough. Okay, Morph. And attack me down to 5. And if I don't draw anything, I'm dead. Nope. So what could I draw? Maybe I can draw... So a Tarka's not going to be good enough. Or is it? My opponent gets back Dromoka's command. I kill a Death Mist and a Morph. And my opponent cannot get back Death Mist immediately, because if he wants to flip it up, it's not in the graveyard. I then get to... he can't kill anything. He can kill with... actually, I'm... So if I play a Tark, I think I'm dead, because my opponent gets back Dromoka's command. Then he puts a counter on the Angel and fight with Death Mist Raptor. So then he attacks me for 5. So if I play a Tark, I'm dead. If I play the Archive and crack it, I'll have... There's nothing I can draw. So maybe... But it's 100% sure it's Dam Protector, because my opponent would not... Oh, maybe he wants to play around Ugin and play Death Mist face down. So if I play Archive and crack it, I have 5 mana plus what I draw, and there is not a single draw in my deck. So I just cast a Tark and hope it's Death Mist. How did I fuck up? Alright. Alright. let's do it like this and hope it's Death Mist under there. But I doubt it. Because I think there was nothing I could have drawn. Oh, it's that's kind of fitting. Hidden Dragon Slayer, killing a dragon. Alright, I'm dead. It's an interesting sideboard card. Does not kill Ulamog though. So I don't know how much I care. Alright, that sucked, but I didn't. Had I drawn Ugin, I would have won pretty easily. So, the question is if I want to put the fog in, just to buy time. I don't know. I don't want to put in Voidbinner anymore because it dies to Hidden Dragon Slayer. That seems bad. Yeah, Seismic Rupture seems very bad. Put in an offshoot maybe. Yeah, and Rending Wall doesn't kill Archangel. Just gonna hope I don't get unlucky again. I mean, I could have mulligan, but I have so many draw steps to draw action. And we have, again, no action, but we have some ramp. So again, I'm gonna keep and see if I can draw some good stuff. Because scrying gets me... I'm gonna gain a lot of time in this game with my offshoots. Although I'm not gonna be able to play more than one. Okay, there's the Warden. So... get a shrine. And go. I can actually block next turn with my 1/4. So there's no reason to not block here. My opponent has no reason to not attack. So no land is unfortunate for my opponent. But then again, I have not drawn a threat yet. So get my mountain, and now I have a 1/4. There's the plains. So now we have a game. But my opponent's gonna be needing to draw some more lands. There's no reason not to block again, because I have a 1/4. Oh, Valor stance, okay. Ooh, there's a threat, that's sweet. So let's see now, how are we gonna play this? I could go offshoot land vegetation, that puts me up to 7 lands, and then I'm gonna also gain a maximum amount of life. Seems good. So I'm only 2 mana off Ulamog. My opponent has a lot of answers to my Atarka, but the archive is 2 mana, so unless my opponent sideboard in some 6 sideboard card that destroys an artifact, we're okay. Could block here and entice him to pay, but I don't know. I think I'm gonna gain more life. And my opponent might just have nothing better to do. So yeah, now I'm happy I didn't block. Oh, Ugin, that's interesting. Yeah, I mean, what my opponent gonna do about Ugin? Just gonna jam Ugin and shoot the Warden. My opponent scooped. Alright, so that was my first league match. I'm gonna be probably playing all 5 of them. So I will see you next time.